Welcome back, everyone, to the High Tempo Sports Podcast, episode 167. Today, we are back for another weekly episode. If you did not check it out, this weekend we posted a High Tempo Fast Break episode with Barry Hill. We did Pistons trivia. It's a pretty fun little trivia game we did. If you're a Pistons fan, I would recommend checking it out.
It was super fun. And check the results. I mean, the results were crazy.
Yeah, a little bit of a spoiler there, but go ahead and check it out. Yeah, I mean, I have a fantasy football game I want to do. I'm not sure if I want to do it. Do you have a game like at the end of the week this week or no?
I have one tomorrow.
Okay. Because I was thinking I want to do a fantasy football like regular season trivia episode with you, Seth, and Ivan. So maybe we could do that like Friday or Saturday.
Yeah, Saturday.
We'll figure it out off camera. But so yeah, maybe look out for that because I want to do a fantasy football trivia game with those guys. But we're back today for a regular episode. Let's just hop right into it. The Lions won again. Obviously, if you know the song, the Lions won again. But huge win for the Lions. They've now won 5 out of their last 6 games. We not upset the Minnesota Vikings because we were favored. We beat the Minnesota Vikings pretty handily, 34-23, I believe was the final score. We iced it off with the Penei Sewell catch. What a game this was. I mean, just everybody getting involved. And I would say we pretty much won, like we were winning this game for all of the game.
Yeah, it felt like we were winning and in control of the game the entire time. There was obviously worry in a 10-point game, but it wasn't like, holy moly, we're playing so bad. We played well the entire game, controlled a lot of pace, and ran some crazy plays. I mean, the Penei Sewell trick play was just one of them. Then we do the fake punt from our own 20.
Fake punt was crazy.
Which, I was got in a conversation with somebody, and is that the best time to do a fake punt?
I mean, like, I guess yes, because it's least expected. But like, if it doesn't work, it's the worst time to ever do a fake punt.
Yeah, exactly. So I think that's you're playing cat and mouse there with what your thought process is. But we picked right and it worked. Yeah. So who cares? It was awesome.
Yeah, what a great game. Obviously, Jamison Williams gets involved early, gets his first ever career catch for a 40-some yard touchdown, which was super cool to see. I'm excited to see how much he's involved this upcoming week. Yeah, I'm just trying. I mean, like DeAndre Swift was not very much used in this game. Neither was Jamal Williams. It was mainly through the air. Jared Goff dominated in this game. Justin Jefferson goes off for a career game with over 200 yards receiving, but it didn't matter. It was in a losing effort. Kirk Cousins threw for over 400 yards. Jeff Okudah left this game because he was dealing with the illness all week, and I believe he was just fatigued in the game, and they decided to not play him the rest of the game, which definitely hurt us.
Yeah.
Because we held Justin Jefferson to like 20-some yards the first time we played him, and 200 this time, so complete opposite. But all in all, a great game from the Lions, and we're getting a lot of national coverage right now about how like serious people are taking us.
Yeah, it's really cool. They're talking about how we're the one team nobody wants to play right now. We're super hot. We've had just so many good wins now this year and so many almost wins against some really good teams that I think everybody knows this is a for real Lions football team. And if we make the playoffs, you don't want to play us.
Exactly.
You're not excited for that game.
You don't want to play us at all. So let's go through the playoff picture while we're here right now. Right now, the Lions are the 9 seed in the playoffs. Currently 2 spots out of the playoffs. We are 1.5 games out, technically, I would say. But Philly's 1, Minnesota's 2, San Fran's 3, Tampa is 4 at 6-7. Tampa is 4, just a shame. Then your 3 wildcard teams right now are the 10-3 Dallas Cowboys, the 7-5-1 Washington Commanders, and the 7-5-1 New York Giants. And then right outside is Seattle Seahawks at 7-6, who lost to the Carolina Panthers this week. And then there we are at 6-7. There still is a few teams behind us that are in the mix, but I'm not really counting them right now. I really do think like we need to just focus on winning games. Like, as much as I am like rooting for these other teams to lose and everything, we just got to win. I mean, if we win these games, we're going to get in the playoffs. Yeah. So like, we just need to continue to win, and we could find ourselves in a very favorable spot in this playoff race.
Yeah, I mean, being 10-7 almost guarantees you a spot in the playoffs at this point. Especially with like the Commanders' remaining schedule after this week against the Giants, there's a good chance they go 0-3 to end the year. I don't know what the Giants' end of season schedule looks like.
It's pretty hard. We ran over it last week. I have it right here, so I can.
Yeah, and I remember it was also difficult. And I think we can hop into those spots. And I mean, Seattle's got another tough game this week against San Francisco. Could lose again
Thursday night. Yeah,
and we play the Jets. I mean, we have a chance of really jumping up here.
So the Giants, they have Washington this week. Then they're at Minnesota. Then they have the Colts at home. Then they're at Philly again. So you have to play Philly again. It's a tough schedule. I mean, I'm proud that maybe 2 wins max out of that. That puts you at 9 wins. The Lions went out. We're above them. Seattle, they have San Fran this week. Then they're at Kansas City. Then they have the Jets at home and the Rams at home. It's a tough schedule right there.
Tough schedule.
And then Washington has New York this week. And then they're at San Francisco. They have Cleveland. And then they have Dallas. Like you said, they could lose out. Yeah.
3 losses.
So, and obviously the Lions' remaining schedule, we are at the Jets this week, and then we're at Carolina, Chicago, and then at Green Bay. The nightmare scenario is that it comes down to week 18 up in Green Bay and Lambeau Field, and where this has happened multiple times in the past, where the Lions need to win against the Packers in Green Bay to either win the division or just get into the playoffs, and it's something that we never do. We never have won a game last game of the year where it mattered for us to get in. It happened one year where we lost and still ended up getting in because Kirk Cousins and the Redskins lost, but still this is just that's the nightmare scenario, because I mean it could be the best scenario, because if we win that game, it's like we really aren't the same team of the past. But it's tough. It's just scary to think of that game.
Well, especially at Green Bay is really scary. New York's getting hit with a huge storm this weekend. And there's in 4 weeks, Green Bay could be covered in snow. And we play indoors. We play in 67-degree weather. It's basically sunny and 70 where the Lions play every single week. And Green Bay, I don't know how we perform in that cold weather. That also scares me on top of all the other stuff. You're right. It is an absolute horror movie waiting to happen.
Yeah.
But I do think this team is different. I really do. And that can be cementing that we're different. That can be the final statement on this season. We're not the same Lions.
Yeah.
Here is proof. Here's execution. And then next year we ride, and it'd be awesome.
It'd be awesome. And you look at the current standings, if the Lions end up getting the 7 seed, let's just say most everything up top stays how it is, we would take on the Minnesota Vikings in round 1 of the playoffs. I mean, that's a favorable matchup for us. I would like to play the Vikings again in the playoffs.
Me too.
San Fran's a team who I don't really want to play. But, if the Lions do hypothetically win out and continue to play well, there's not many teams in the NFC that, scare me to play against them. Why can't the Lions not just make this let's go, we made the playoffs. That's awesome. Why can't we win a game or two in the playoffs? The Eagles... Yeah, they're really good, but I really don't think they're unbeatable.
No, me either. I mean, we showed that they were beatable at the start of the year,
right?
It's we when we get to the playoffs, it can't end there. Let's keep it rolling. I totally
don't see
agree.
why it can't. Yeah, so we'll see what happens. Obviously, we have a few weeks, but yeah, I'm to the point where I still want these other teams to lose, obviously, in case the Lions lose. But we just got to win games.
Yeah.
We need to control what we own and win these games going forward, because this Jets game is not an easy one. I know that. The focus has been, if they win against Minnesota and the Jets, they're going to win out. No, we got to remember that Green Bay game. That Green Bay game is just, that's non-Lions fans saying that. We don't win up in Lambeau Field. It doesn't happen. So we got to focus this week, obviously, but just win out.
Yeah,
just
we got to execute. If we execute, we're fine. But if we don't, we leave it up to the other teams. And let's just control it. This year, let's make it different. Let's just control it.
Exactly. The AFC playoff picture, we can go through it really quickly. But the Buffalo Bills 10-3, Kansas City Chiefs 10-3, and then Baltimore and Tennessee are at 3-4. 3 wildcard teams are the Cincinnati Bengals, the Miami Dolphins, and the New England Patriots, with the Chargers and Jets right outside with the same record as the Patriots. Somehow, I think the Patriots just own the tiebreaker over both those teams. So, pretty tight race in the AFC right now. It's pretty much between those 2 teams that are outside. No one else really. I mean, they have a chance still, but it would be some crazy stuff have to go down. So it's going to be interesting to see how the playoff picture goes out there as well, because it's, Tennessee's been on a losing streak here. Jacksonville could still win that division, which is pretty crazy.
It surprised me that Tennessee's not favored this week in their game. I'm shocked. I get they're on a losing streak, but I still feel like it's Tennessee. But,
well, they are playing the Chargers, though.
Yeah, I still feel like they're better than the Chargers. Really? I really do. Yeah.
In LA?
Yeah, I just do. I really do. I think, and I get the argument for LA. I mean, the high-powered offense, they've got everybody healthy finally. Offensive weapon-wise, they're still pretty banged up. But I still think Tennessee, I think they can just kind of run the football.
Oh, yeah, I do. I'm just saying, I understand why LA's favored. It makes sense that the Chargers are favored in that game. So do we want to get into weekly pick talk right now?
Yeah, we might as well.
All right. So last week, obviously I guess we'll re-go over the stakes that were on the line here. You took an 8-5 lead with 4 weeks remaining in the season. So I pretty much have to win out here. With 4 weeks. So wait, what do we have this week? 15, 16, 17, 8. So there was 5 weeks left last week.
Yep.
Now there's 4 weeks left. So I got 13 out of 19. I had to step my game up a little bit because I had a terrible performance last week. 3 out of 5 on the spread picks to bring me up to 26 total on the year. And you got 10 out of 19, getting 2 out of 5 spread picks. So I get a game back. I must win. You have 27 spread picks right on the year. So it's 8-6 now with 4 weeks left. So I can afford another loss, but I would have to win out after that. So it's going to be a tight race here to end the year. This is where it's like I really have to think about these spread picks too, because there's no more buys, so it's just 3 spread picks the rest of the year. And it's going to be tough to pick the right ones.
Yeah, I'm not doing any more of I might just take 1 point
Yeah,
here.
exactly.
I'm going for the win.
You need to get the double each time. Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure I got everyone right this week.
Right.
I think I've got 19 right.
You get to bet on it then. All right, let's do it.
High tempo weekly picks.
High tempo weekly picks.
All NFL games of the week.
What teams are gonna cover the spread?
Season 3. Welcome back. Go Lions.
Yes, sir.
High tempo weekly picks.
That was the high tempo weekly picks. Let's get into it. Thursday night football. We have the 9-4 San Francisco 49ers taking on the 7-6 Seattle Seahawks.
I'm taking San Francisco in this game. Clearly, I've taken them like all year. They're still one of my favorite teams. Brock Purdy is fine. Even with the injury to Debo, I think they're okay. And I also took their spread at -3.5.
Okay.
On top of that, I think this team is well coached. I think they're very good either way.
This is a tough game because, if I wasn't rooting against Seattle, I almost would take the upset of Seattle here just because prime time, at home, division game. Seattle's lost a few games in a row. They have to figure it out. But I am going to take San Francisco here. They are the better team. Excuse me. And we also just need them to lose still. So I'm going to take San Francisco on this one. We have 3 Saturday games this week, so we're going to have a total of 6 primetime games. Yes, I'm counting all the Saturday games as primetime games. So let's get into them. First, at 1 o'clock on Saturday, we have the 4-8-1 Indianapolis Colts taking on the 10-3 Minnesota Vikings.
I've got the Vikings winning this game. They need a bounce-back game, and the Colts are extremely beatable.
Yeah, give me the Vikings as well. They definitely need to get this next win to clinch the division. And who knows? Maybe if they lose out, Lions can just win the division, and it'll be way better.
Might as well.
So maybe I should have picked the Colts, but I took the Vikings. Next, at 4:30 on Saturday, we have the 9-4 Baltimore Ravens taking on the 5-8 Cleveland Browns.
I'm picking the Baltimore Ravens in this game in an upset. I'm not really sure if they're going to be able to get it done. I just have a sneaky feeling that the Ravens are going to win this game. I don't know. Just a feeling. That is one of those games.
So this is one of those games where Cleveland is favored to win when they're the much worse team record-wise. Obviously, Lamar Jackson is out. So it really makes me like, who do I pick to win this game? Because it's so hard. Cleveland, as they haven't looked good since Deshaun Watson's come back. They played pretty bad their defense didn't play bad against Cincy last week.
Defense is great.
But their offense has not looked great. And they even struggled against Houston 2 weeks ago. But I think this is the week where things start to get put together. They still are alive technically in the playoff race. So I'm going to take Cleveland over Baltimore here. Baltimore played iffy against the Steelers last week. I don't even know if Tyler Huntley is healthy or not. I think he is, but give me the Browns. Next, we have the 8-5 Miami Dolphins taking on the 10-3 Buffalo Bills Saturday night.
Miami won the first game between these two teams this season. It was the crazy game. I do still believe Buffalo's the better team. Buffalo's just not looked incredible all year. They look like a really good football team, and you know they can beat you, but they don't look unstoppable by any means. However, I am taking Buffalo in this game because I think they're too good of a team to beat twice in a year. So that's where I'm taking Buffalo.
Yeah, I'm going to take Buffalo as well. I like that logic. It's going to be tough for Miami to get the sweep. Miami has struggled the last 2 weeks. They're on a losing streak here. The offense has been kind of stagnant recently, and I wouldn't say they're getting exposed, but they're just not playing at as high of a level as they were a few weeks back. Buffalo's got to win this game. They're in a race with Kansas City right now to get that 1 seed. It's really important to get the 1. So I'm going to take Buffalo, but I think Miami keeps it close, so I'm taking Miami plus 7.5 because I think it's going to be a tight game. Next, we have the 5-8 Atlanta Falcons taking on the 4-9 New Orleans Saints.
These are two teams I'm not really sure. I don't really know what I want to even happen. I don't think it matters. I took the Saints. I have no idea if they're better than Atlanta at this point. These teams both are just so shaky and look like they have no direction whatsoever.
Yeah, both of these teams are still alive to win their division, which is pretty wild just because the division is so bad. The Bucs are 6-7, so there's still a world where either one of these teams wins a division and makes the playoffs as the 4 seed and gets home field.
It's crazy.
Desmond Ridder is getting the start this week for the Atlanta Falcons. Marcus Mariota is benched, and apparently he's like really upset about it as well. I think it's going to be pretty dramatic. I don't think Desmond Ridder gets the win in his first start, so give me the Saints.
Yeah, that's a bad start to your career too. With backups pissed, then you lose. That's never a good look. Never.
Next, we have your very own 6-7 Detroit Lions taking on the 7-6 New York Jets.
We've already talked about it. Detroit has one job, and it's to win out. I'm taking Detroit to win, and I'm taking their spread at -1. Needs to happen.
So, what was I just going to say? I don't remember. I'm taking the Lions to win as well. It's just, they got to win this game. They've been winning like crazy, obviously. They've been favored the last couple weeks now. This game, obviously, is pretty much they're not favored in. Like either team, they have the same money line pretty much. But yeah, I'm taking the Lions to win this game. We have to win. This Jets defense has been pretty good. They played good against Buffalo last week. Don't know who's going to start at QB. I don't think Mike White is going to be available to play. They're making it sound like he is, but I'm pretty sure his injury is like an internal injury, which is nothing good you want to mess with. Don't know if Joe Flacco or Zach Wilson's going to be the guy because Joe Flacco was the one that came in last week. Either way, the Lions offense has to put up points in this game because Jets defense is good. Got to go with the Lions.
And the Lions are 1-0 when favored. They're 1-0 this year.
We were favored against the Seattle Seahawks.
Never mind.
We lost.
Not 1-0 when favored. 1-1.
1-1.
1-1.
Next, we have the 10-3 Kansas City Chiefs taking on the 1-11-1 Houston Texans.
Give me the Chiefs. I'm not taking the spread because it's so massive, but give me the Chiefs.
Give me the Chiefs, and I am going to take the spread. Kansas City -14. Last week, I took the Cowboys -17 against Houston, and Houston damn near won the game. So I'm thinking the Chiefs, they can't let it happen. They're not going to let Houston cover again.
Yeah, not 2 games in a row.
Yeah, and the Houston realizing, like, whoa, we got way too close to winning. Like, we cannot risk losing Bryce Young at all. So give me the Chiefs -14. Next, we have the 12-1 Philadelphia Eagles taking on the 3-10 Chicago Bears.
Let's keep the Chicago Bears skidding. Let's keep them losing. I want them to lose games. Not too many, though, because we still do want the Rams to lose more games. But Philly's just a way better team. Yeah. I need to win weekly picks. Give me Philly.
I don't think Chicago's going to win a game the rest of the year. I think because they have to play Philly, and then I'm pretty sure they have to play Minnesota and us. I think those are their last 3 games. Wait, how many games are there? I'm trying to think. That'd be 4. I think they have to play all 3 division opponents plus Philly. I'm not sure. But I just don't think they're going to win a game the rest of the year, which is unfortunate because they have like the 2nd pick in the draft right now or the 3rd pick, one of the 2. But so give me Philly and give me Philly -9. It came out today that Justin Fields is day-to-day, or he's questionable with an illness. Code word for we're trying to lose games.
We don't want to win.
Year. We want Will Anderson. So give me Philly and give me Philly -9. I feel like that line is going to change in a couple days, so I'm going to take it now. Next, we have the 5-8 Pittsburgh Steelers taking on the 5-8 Carolina Panthers.
I think Carolina's going to start realizing they're winning too many games. They gotta lose. They're in no position to win football games. They have no good veteran players. They are all young. I mean, DJ Moore is their like number 1 guy. He's a young wide receiver. They don't have a quarterback. Their backup, who used to be a starter, wanted out, so he go start in LA. This team's in shambles. They need to lose games. They can't win games like they are. And Pittsburgh, we know they got to keep their record looking good.
They're trying to go 500.
Mike Tomlin is not going to be satisfied where he is right now with 5 wins. He's going to want to push that to like 8 or 9, make his resume look even better. Give me Pittsburgh.
Yeah, it's in danger right now. If Pittsburgh loses this game, they officially cannot go 500.
And then what are Pittsburgh Steelers?
Yeah,
fans
what are they?
gonna say?
What are they going to use as ammo now? Like,
Yeah.
oh, we won Super Bowls in the 1930s. Like, come on, that you can't use that nowadays.
Terry Bradshaw's the GOAT.
Yeah, like no, he's not. Even though you can get all of his money or whatever on
Oh, yeah,
Fox
yeah.
or whatever. Yeah, give me the Steelers as well. I think Carolina is winning too many games, but like. It's weird because they're in a situation where they fired their coach, so their new coach is trying to, give a resume to be the coach next year, which he's doing a good job. Their run game has been like phenomenal the last couple of weeks. Sam Darnold only threw like 120 passing yards last week in their win over Seattle. Not because he was bad, he just didn't have to throw the ball. They're running it so well. So they've definitely actually looked like a better team as of late than before. But Pittsburgh, they need to try and keep this streak alive. So give me the Steelers. Next, we have the 10-3 Dallas Cowboys taking on the 5-8 Jacksonville Jags.
I have the Dallas Cowboys winning this game. Jacksonville is not looking great. They don't. Lions blew them out. I can't remember what happened last week. It wasn't good, though, because I remember...
Jags?
Yeah.
Oh, no, they won big over Tennessee. They blew them out.
Oh, I thought we were sitting with... we were sitting there and ETN was doing bad. ETN must have had a bad game.
Oh, did he?
Yeah. So, never mind. They're not doing bad. But Dallas just comes off a bad win against Houston. I am taking their spread at -4.5. I think they're going to jump back up to being that dominant football team.
Yeah, this one was tough because, like I said, Tennessee has been on a losing streak. They're 7-6, and Jacksonville is in a spot where they could still win the division. And they're a high-powered offense, but I think Dallas has got to put it back together after their tough, like almost losing last week. I am going to take Dallas, but this one was close. I almost picked the upset with Jacksonville. Next, we have the 4-9 Arizona Cardinals taking on the 3-10 Denver Broncos.
Kyler Murray confirmed ACL tear. That sucks. As a football fan, it sucks. As much as I'm not like a fan of Kyler, but it just sucks. Nobody likes to see that. They now have... Who's their backup?
Colt McCoy.
Yeah, Colt McCoy in the game. The least drippy player in NFL history.
Him or Andy Dalton, though.
Oh, I'm taking Andy Dalton.
Yeah.
Give me Denver in this game to win a game. I don't know. They got to score, but Arizona stinks. Like, they're very, very bad.
Yeah.
And I think Denver can sneak out a win here.
I would love if Denver can win a game here because that Denver pick is sitting at like 2 or 3 right now in the draft above the Rams pick. We need Denver to lose or to win one of these games. I think they can because they actually play the Rams on Christmas Day.
That'd be hype.
Which we could really use Denver to win. But either way, Denver's going to win this week. We need them to. Please just win. Please. And they actually almost beat the Chiefs. They almost came back and beat the Chiefs last week. So they've been playing better as of late. Still really bad, though.
Dude, I don't know about... I got hit with like a wave of tiredness when I got down here in this chair.
Yeah.
It's the most nice, comfy chair ever. The wave of tiredness.
Don't fall asleep.
I'm trying not to.
Next, we have the 7-6 New England Patriots taking on the 5-8 LV Raiders.
I remember a guy once told me that the Las Vegas Raiders were the most underrated team in football or something along the lines
Something
of
like that,
they were going to make a playoff push, and I told him he was crazy.
Yeah.
I said you're watching the
That'd be a
wrong
crazy
Raiders team.
thing, yeah.
I'm jumping on. It's time. That person was Kyle Sandel. Give me the Las Vegas Raiders to win this game against New England. New England's offense is terrible. They can't do anything on offense. They're just so bad.
This is a tough one because, I was high on the Raiders, especially when they went on this win streak. I even bet on them to make the playoffs, and then they come out Thursday night last week, come out strong against the Baker Mayfield-led Rams, who's been with the team for a day, and they end up losing the game. The Rams come back and beat the Raiders to hypothetically end their season, practically end their season. I don't know how you recover from that. That is a terrible loss against a team that has no business to be winning games.
It was crazy.
All their players are hurt. You lose that game. Terrible loss. I'm taking the Patriots here. The Patriots they're not great. They're in the playoff hunt right now, though. They're trying to win games. Give me the Pats to beat the Raiders. I'm done with the Raiders.
Moving on.
Next, we have the 7-6 Tennessee Titans taking on the 7-6 LA Chargers.
I already mentioned a lot of my thoughts about this game. I think Tennessee is going to be able to dominate running the football, and I'm taking Tennessee to beat LA here.
I am too, actually. I'm taking Tennessee to beat the Chargers. The Chargers they looked really good last week against the Miami Dolphins on Sunday Night Football. Tennessee has looked really bad the last couple weeks. So I think it is time Tennessee's got to do something. They have to win one of these big games because they've been losing games against like not great teams. So now you're playing a team that is hungry to try to get in the playoffs. Think the Titans win. Give me the Titans. Next, we have the 9-4 Cincinnati Bengals taking on the 6-7 Tampa Bay Bucks.
Give me Cincinnati here. T. Higgins didn't play last week, and apparently it was known that he wasn't going to play before the game.
Snuck out.
But then he actually they started the game without saying that he was going to be injured, and so everybody who started him in fantasy, you got screwed. I got screwed. I was pretty upset about it. I lost in fantasy. I'm done with fantasy now. I had to take a break on Monday night. I didn't really watch the Monday night game because it was just
I didn't either, yeah.
I needed a break from football. I was pretty upset, pretty distraught, and I don't know. I don't know where I was going with this. Oh, it was T. Higgins. Higgins was where I started with that. And who knows what he's going to be, where he's going to be at for the rest of the year. He's been dealing with this hamstring injury all season now, and it's been really messing him up. But Jamar is back. I think Cincinnati beats Tampa Bay here, even though Tampa Bay is kind of in a must-win situation. Yeah. They are, with barely hanging on to the division right now. Give me Cincinnati.
And that's why I almost wanted to pick Tampa Bay, because they have to win this game, but they've also been in games like this the last 3 weeks, where they play an important-ass game, and I take them to upset whoever they're playing. And last week I took them to upset the Niners, and then they just get destroyed by the Niners. It's okay, I do think that the Bucks have to win this game, so I wanted to pick them. But I'm just going to take the Bengals. It's just Tampa Bay, they're not very good. It's just that simple. They're not a very good team anymore. And the Bengals are rolling right now. So I'm going to go with the Bengals. Sunday Night Football, we have the 7-5-1 New York Giants taking on the 7-5-1 Washington Commanders.
So my logic going into this game, we both need these teams to lose a lot of games because we want to steal that wild card spot. And I think Washington has a more difficult schedule after this game. So I want Washington to win this game, give the Giants a loss, and then Washington can lose out. The Giants, do whatever they want to do, and hopefully we're in the playoffs at that point.
Yeah.
Give me Washington to win this game.
Yeah, I'm taking Washington as well. Kind of similar reasoning as you, but also I just think the Giants aren't very good anymore.
Mm-hmm.
I think Washington is just straight up is better than the Giants. Please don't tie again. I mean, that would just be.
Oh, that would be.
I don't know what a second tie would do. Honestly, no, it would really screw us over.
It would just go to 1-1, right?
Because what if we
one
finish
loss, one win?
If we finish 9-8 and they both finish 8-7-2, what happens?
Well, wouldn't it
we get in? I think.
Wouldn't they technically be 9-8? Because the tie counts as half a loss and half a win. So if you have two of them, wouldn't you just add one win and add one loss?
I don't know, honestly.
If two teams, if the division opponents tie, two times, both of them should just get a win and a loss.
Yeah, that is very true. Yeah,
that's the way it should
especially
work.
if it's the same teams that tie twice. Yeah,
just give them one win, one loss.
Yeah, true. It would make it way better. Yeah,
it just makes it way simpler in my head.
And then we'd get in over both of them. Yeah. So either way, yeah.
I think either way, I really do think that's how they'd view the tie.
I honestly don't know. I mean, it's based off win percentage, and I just don't know what that percentage is with that record. What is the tie?
We've never seen it.
I don't know. I really hope it doesn't happen, though. Let's just hope the Giants lose or Washington lose. It doesn't really matter that much. Somebody win the game and somebody lose the game. Is that so much to ask for? Monday Night Football, we have the 4-9 LA Rams taking on the 5-8 Green Bay Packers. What a game here from the NFL.
What were they thinking? This game is going to be terrible.
Back when they made the schedule, this is probably a good-ass game. Green Bay's going to win the division. Rams are, the best team in the NFC, reigning champs. Now, though, dude, they've been flexing out games, for the last few weeks now.
Put Cincy and Tampa Bay here. Why not?
That's a month here.
Anybody.
Why can't the Lions be on prime time right now, dude?
We're hot. Everybody's talking about us. You want to put us on TV? Do it now. This game is another Monday night game. I probably won't turn on. I
haven't been watching the Monday night games lately,
suck.
At all. I turned on the Patriots-Cardinals game the other night, but I didn't really watch it. Yeah, I was listening to it, but
I was getting the updates from Seth. Oh, yeah, we were doing the same thing. I mean, you were in a different Fortnite squad. I was in a Fortnite squad.
Yeah, exactly.
And Seth was watching it, so I got to hear his commentary. He said it was actually pretty crazy. There was 4 turnovers within 5 minutes or something.
But I don't really care.
Who cares? The Rams, Baker has magical moments. If you just took his best moments of his career, You would think he's some legend.
Yeah, facts.
He is not. He's far from it. He's bad. I expected bad. And he didn't really play great against the Raiders either. It was like those last 2 drives, he just started throwing it downfield, and his receivers were making plays. I don't know if Green Bay is the better team. I'm taking Green Bay to win. I have no idea. We need the Rams to lose, though.
Yeah, this is one of those games that like I don't want to pick either team to win, but if we're being realistic, I mean, the Rams losing here benefits the Lions more, so I will pick the Green Bay Packers. However, if the Packers do win out up until that Week 18 game, it definitely puts something on the line for them, which I don't want. I would rather have them be bad up until that point, but I am going to still take the Packers. We'll worry about that when it gets there, but for now, we just need the Rams to lose games.
Yeah.
Baker, please don't go on some win streak here. It would really suck.
Don't string magical moments together. I love these random magical Baker moments.
Yeah, just wait till next year to pull them out.
I don't need more of them this year. I'm good on this year. Wasn't he like nuts in his first Carolina game? Didn't they go like crazy?
I think he was really bad in his first Carolina game, actually.
It was one of the. He didn't play mediocre.
Like, does he have like a good Carolina moment? I don't think so.
I don't think so.
PJ Walker did.
Oh, yeah.
Not Baker. All right, let's go over some contenders and pretenders in the NFL. I think this would be fun. We did this in the NBA last year, and it's interesting because like there's good teams, but are they real contenders? With us, I mean, I guess this for me, I assume you think the same way. A contender is a team that I think can make the Super Bowl / win the Super Bowl.
Yep.
Is that what you're going for here?
Yes, totally.
Yeah.
If that means they will play a contender to me is somebody who can win the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
I believe they can go to the Super Bowl and win it.
Yes. So let's go through some teams. I'm just doing these in random order. There's no order of these teams. The Baltimore Ravens, are they a pretender or contender?
I mean, with no Lamar, they're definitely not a contender. I don't know if I want to call them a pretender because I don't know if they're pretending. They're not that great. They haven't been that great all year. Can I go with neither?
Like what would be the neither? Like they're just like there? Like they're just a playoff team?
Mid?
I guess mid, yeah, but like a mid is a pretender.
Yeah, I'm gonna call them a pretender then. They're not for real. They're not that great of a team.
Yeah, they're not for real. They're a pretender.
Yeah, you're right. They've had some terrible losses this year, and they can't win a Super Bowl this year. I'll say it right now. I bet my house on that actually. I don't have a house.
I was gonna say, yeah, like
I'll bet my lease.
It's not the craziest bet in the world, but yeah, this one's hard because like when Lamar comes back, like they could string some games together, but like realistically, they have not been a playoff successful team in the past, and they've had much better teams in the past than this one. So I'm gonna say the Ravens are also a pretender. All right, the Minnesota Vikings, are they pretender or contender? What's so funny about that?
There's just never been a more obvious answer. Like, it's such a rhetorical question. They're such clearly pretenders.
Yeah.
Like, they're just absolute frauds. They're the biggest frauds in the NFL. We own the Vikings at this point. I mean, we should be you guys the first time.
Even if I'm not a Lions fan,
you guys are frauds.
The Vikings are absolute pretenders. Like, they are pretending to be an NFL team at this point. Like, Jalen Reagor says it's going to be the easiest game. Like, he said, I guarantee a Vikings win this week against the Lions.
It's wild.
Huh?
You wild.
Guarantee it? Like, is that like what does that even mean?
Yeah, like what are you trying to say?
How can you guarantee it?
And you think primetime Kirk is bad? Put him on like a playoff game. You want to talk about primetime Kirk? He's going to be terrible.
Yeah.
He'd be terrible.
Facts. Yeah, pretender, 100%.
Pretender.
All right, the Dallas Cowboys, pretenders or contenders?
This team is different. This team's a contender. Their defense, they have such big playmakers everywhere, whether it be Tony Pollard, whether it be CeeDee Lamb, whether it be Micah Parsons on defense, and whether it be freaking, oh my God, why can't I think of his name?
Who?
The corner.
Oh, Trayvon Diggs?
Yeah, Trayvon Diggs. They have so many playmakers everywhere that can make huge plays in big games, and they are totally contenders this season.
Yeah,
as much as it pains me to say.
The Dallas Cowboys are all those things that you said. You know, they have all those guys. But we got to remember the name of the team here. They are the Dallas Cowboys. The Dallas Cowboys are pretenders. Like January, December, the Dallas Cowboys find a way to lose. They find a way to choke their season away. They're a really good regular season team, losing the first round. Happened last year. It's going to happen again this year. Dallas Cowboys are pretenders. Give me Cowboys Lions first round, whatever it takes.
Facts.
I'll take the Cowboys. Like, we would beat them again if we played them again.
Yeah, facts.
Do you see what Dan Orlovsky said? He said that the Lions are the third best team in the NFC.
Oh, I did.
Right now.
I did too. See that,
and so did Kyle Brandt too. They both said that only the Eagles and Niners are better than the Lions in the NFC right now.
I saw one that said top 3 scariest teams to play, and it was like Kansas City, Buffalo, and the Lions.
That's crazy.
Like our number 3.
I don't know if I like that.
I don't know if we're that good.
We are under 500 still.
Yeah,
you know?
we haven't won a lot of, like, compared to these other teams. We don't win as much as they do.
Exactly. But like, I get like right now because like we're not just like sneaking out these wins. Like, we're beating teams.
Yeah.
But
I get like the fear.
I
of
appreciate
playing
the
us.
love.
Yeah. It's nice to finally get some love, but
it's just
I feel like
when
it's
you
like
get the
cursing
love,
us.
it's like when you do something bad, you're gonna get the hate because you
Yeah.
get the attention. They're not just gonna let it slide. Like, we're gonna get called out if we lose a big game.
Well, and
so.
like us getting praise. I don't know how the players are going to react to it. I don't know how that doesn't happen very often.
I don't think they care. I think they're just focused.
I hope so.
At least. All right. The Cincinnati Bengals, are they pretenders or contenders?
I think they're contenders. I think, again, how electric their offense is. Just the Jamar Chase alone, what he can do in a game to a defense is crazy. The Cincinnati team made it last year, and they were a surprise team. I think they could make it this year and not be a surprise team. Give me a contender.
Yeah, I think the Bengals are contenders as well. I think Joe Burrow has solidified himself as like a consistent like top 5 pass yards, pass touchdowns guy, and a leader of an elite offense. Like you said, their offense is so good that I think just that can take them to the Super Bowl. Who knows if it'll win at them because there's a lot of good teams in the AFC. But yeah, I think the Bengals are contenders. The Buffalo Bills, are they contenders or pretenders?
Man, this is tough. If you had asked me this like really early in the season, the answer would have been clear. Do I think the Bills could win a Super Bowl? I do think they could win a Super Bowl this year. I think they are contenders, but they're playing with the line. They've shown that they're beatable for sure. So I do believe they could win a Super Bowl though. By that logic, they're contenders.
Yeah, the Bills is kind of a toss-up, but they are contenders. Yeah. I mean, they for sure are contenders, but like you said, they're beatable. Like they definitely aren't my favorite team in the world to pick as the Super Bowl favorite.
Yeah, and that's what I was trying to say.
Yeah.
Because, like, obviously, if Cincinnati's a contender, the Bills are contenders.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
Logically.
But, like, if they played each other, like, I don't know who wins.
Me either. It's
like, I might bet on Cincy. I don't really know. All right. The San Francisco 49ers, are they contenders or pretenders?
I think no matter who's at quarterback, you can get Joe Schmo, anybody from the crowd. Give me, they're contenders. They're so elite. Even with Debo going down. Okay, they've got Ayuk. He's a monster. This team is just so elite.
Yeah, they're for sure contenders. Like, they might honestly be the best team in the NFC. Mm-hmm. Like, they just are. The Philadelphia Eagles, contenders or pretenders?
Oh, this one is. There's a lot of contenders. I'm going to go with contenders. They could win a Super Bowl this year. They've played that well in games. Jalen Hurts can, and they're kind of a great playoff team. They'll beat you with the run if that's what you're giving them. They'll beat you with the pass if that's what you're giving them. So I think that balanced offensive approach and their defense is great. Contenders. Yeah,
Philly is contenders. I will give them that out of respect, but they're not your typical 12-1 team. I don't think. Like, no. I think they are like a could get upset in their first playoff game type team. Like, it could happen. Not saying it's going to, but they are still contenders.
Yeah.
A few more teams here. I mean, like the Kansas City Chiefs.
Contenders.
They're contenders. You know, like I don't want to. Yeah, exactly. The Miami Dolphins, contenders or pretenders?
Ooh, after the last 2 weeks, I don't think this is their year. I think they are pretenders. I think next year, I would put them as a contending team next year to start the year. But I still think they're ironing things out. And, last 2 weeks, they've showed that they can be slowed down a little bit. I'm going to go with pretenders.
Oh, yeah, man. I think Miami's pretenders as well. I just don't think they are going to win the Super Bowl this year. Not at all. All right, 2 more. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers, are they contenders or pretenders?
I think they're for sure pretenders. This might be the only year you can say that about a for sure pretender is about a Tom Brady team. There's not a world where I can see this team winning the Super Bowl. Not a world.
It's hard because like they're gonna be in the playoffs, so it's just like I assume they're gonna end up winning the division. Yep. I think, and it's just like if they're there, I really do think they have a shot.
Yeah.
So I think I'm going to put them as contenders. Like, it's really weird, especially saying that Minnesota and Dallas are pretenders.
Yeah.
But I think, I don't know. It's like, because they're not that good. But if Tom Brady is in the playoffs, that team has a shot to contend and win the Super Bowl. So does that make them contenders?
I guess by that logic.
I think it does. I don't really know. I guess I'll leave that up to the viewers. I actually have two more now. The LA Chargers, are they contenders or pretenders?
Pretenders. I am not on the LA Chargers train like I once was. And yeah, I don't think they're that good. I don't think they're that good to be contenders.
Yeah, Chargers, I'll say pretenders, but like, it wouldn't shock me if they go on a little run here to end the season, and next thing you know, they're like one of the favorites to come out of the AFC. There's also just a lot of really good teams in the AFC. I think the AFC is much stronger than the NFC. So
for sure.
I was gonna say the Titans, but like,
no,
they don't need to be mentioned. The last team, the Detroit Lions, are they contenders or pretenders?
Man, this is a tough one.
My answer to this question is ... We will find out. To be continued. We will know soon enough.
Yeah, I don't want to make that call about my own team.
Yeah,
I don't want to do that.
Yeah, I don't either. I just wanted to see what you would say.
Yeah,
but it's fine that you don't have, because I don't have an answer either.
I don't, and yeah, that's not how I view this team. Like if I say pretender, it makes me think that I'll be disappointed. But I don't think I'd be disappointed with a loss.
Based on how this season has
NFC
gone, it's going to be hard for me to end
unhappy.
Yeah. Unless we just lose out, which would kind of
If we miss playoffs, I'll be pretty unhappy.
I don't think I will be that unhappy though, because we still like made a shot at it. Like if we miss the playoffs by like half a game, like let's say we lose one of these last 4 games and then end at 9-8 and just miss. Yeah, I'm gonna be like sad that we missed the playoffs, but I'm not gonna be like this season sucked.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
Because we were 1-6, you know.
Yeah. And we've had so much fun this year. Shout out to the Detroit Lions for making this season so incredible.
I will say, if the Lions make the playoffs, they are contenders. Because if they made the playoffs, that means that they won out. Mm-hmm. And that means that they would be one of the hottest teams in the NFL going into the playoffs. That's a team you don't want to play in the playoffs.
Yeah.
And like I said, in this NFC, Philly is like Philly and San Francisco are the only 2 teams that I'm really like, I don't want to play them early.
Yeah, definitely.
And even like Philly is just like, if we did play, Philly would get the one. They're gonna get the 1 seed, so like we wouldn't play them first round. It would be Minnesota or San Francisco, depending on who ends up having a better record by the end of the year. I hope it's Minnesota. If it's San Francisco, we're probably gonna lose. Like we just are. You know, like it's we don't have the defense to really stop that offense. But if it's Minnesota, we would win.
Yeah, for sure.
Why not have the first win in 30-some years, you know?
Let's do it.
Why not?
Let's do it this year with Dan Campbell.
Exactly.
Did you see what he said about the Penei Sewell?
Yeah,
play?
that was hilarious.
Hilarious. That's just wild.
People that are taking that seriously, like I saw something.
Like you really think he wasn't
Bears
paying
fan
attention?
or something. He was like, the fact that people are praising this is sad. Like, how do you not pay attention on your own team in a crucial moment? Like, dude, come on. Like,
you think he wasn't paying attention?
You can't take a joke, dude. He's just trying to be funny for Pat McAfee.
Like he does not. And you think he gives a shit? Like he's not going on every one of these to give real answers.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, he thinks that's hilarious,
and it's funny, and it is funny. So he said it. Yeah. All right. So that's our contenders and pretenders. Obviously, we will find out if they are true or not. Mm-hmm. All right. Let's talk about the Pistons a little bit, because
terrible news.
Yesterday, or maybe the day before,
Monday.
I think it was 2 days ago. It was confirmed Cade Cunningham will miss the remainder of the season. We knew this. I wasn't too disappointed because I knew it was coming.
Yeah. Still sucks.
It still sucks. It still really
bad
sucks.
News.
I don't like the narrative that it's like, oh, we're doing this to get Wembanyama. Like, yeah, I guess like now we are doing it, but it's not like Cade we're like, yo, Cade, we're gonna sit you the whole entire season, possibly stunt your development, and not let you play with the rest of the young core just so we can add another dude. That doesn't go. That doesn't go down like that.
No.
Cade Cunningham's been dealing with this shin injury since preseason, and tweaked it early in the season, played through it, and re-injured it at that point. And it was just something that was like, yeah, he could continue to play through it if we really wanted him to. But it's like, do we want to risk that and him having to deal with this injury long term? No. Mm-mm. And it's also like, it's not like this team was gonna win 45 games with Cade on it. We were like still one of the worst teams in the league when he was playing.
It wasn't like we were some great basketball team.
Like we were still really bad.
Yeah. And I mean, obviously we weren't worst team in the league bad, but we were bad.
We were like worst team in the East bad when Cade was on the team. Like, so that narrative is just like, it's stupid. So we'll see what happens with the Pistons. It is going to be nice for Killian to be that starting point guard the rest of the year. Ivy obviously to get his. Thursday, December, what's it, the 14th? Yeah, the 15th is the first day of like when all the players that signed new contracts this offseason are eligible to be traded. So pretty much everyone in the NBA can be traded other than like Bojan can't yet because he signed an extension. His is like, it's a 60-day thing. So whenever he's done with his 60 days of being contract extended, he'll be able to be traded. James Edward pretty much reported that Nerlens Noel is most likely going to get dealt. And then like Bojan, we'll see. It sounds like they don't want to trade him, which is cool because if we want to, the sound is like we want to be good next year. And if we want to be good next year, we need him.
Yeah, he's one of our. I mean, he's our best player right now. We absolutely. That's my idea. I think if we keep Bojan, we're committing to being a good team next season, or at least starting to be a good team.
Yeah, trying to. Be good.
We're going to be 7th seed next year, and then we keep growing from there. I really hope we do keep. I'm hoping we keep Bojan because I don't want to. I'm now kind of past the part where I want to keep getting picks. Yeah, I think we have our core. I think
now
we have
if the
our
Lakers
guys.
Offer them picks,
that's definitely tough.
It'd be nice because we can use it not because like I want that pick. Like the second that Troy Weaver got a future first round pick, it was a freaking 2025 Milwaukee Bucks pick, and he turned it into Jalen Duren in like a day. So like imagine what he's doing with them Lakers picks. You know,
everybody wants those
exactly, but. I like Bojan. Like, he's really freaking good. Like, he's a guy we really could use for the next couple years. And we extended him, so we clearly want him. Sadiq Bey talks, obviously, have been in the talks. I don't know how I feel about it. I don't want to move Sadiq Bey. Let's wait till the trade deadline, at least close to the trade deadline, before we really talk about it. Let him continue to play out, try to get that three-point percentage up, and we'll see from there.
Yeah.
And then Alec Burks is a guy who I also think I would like to keep on the team, like especially for next year. Like he's a good six man to have, a good scorer off the bench that we could use.
Yeah, I really don't love the idea of the Pistons making a ton of trades, and not that I think they will, but I'm really hopeful it's Nerlens Noel, and we maybe leave it at that.
Yeah.
Unless we get some great offer for Bojan. But I just don't want to keep going with the picks.
Right.
The picks route. Bojan's a really good player, and we signed him on a really good deal. Like a really good deal. Let's keep him here.
And we got him for nothing.
We got him for
Kelly Olynyk. Saban Lee got caught by the Jazz before the season even started.
Is it Kelly Olynyk like not doing something? Isn't there something going on with Kelly Olynyk?
I don't know.
I think there's something going on. Maybe
there might be. I'm not sure. Wrong. I don't know. But yeah, so we'll see what happens with the Pistons. They're going to be one of the worst teams in the league. There's a lot of other teams like trying to tank right now too. So we might not even get the first pick. It's whatever. We'll wait. I'm going to worry about it then. In this moment right now, like. Pistons want to start winning some games. Sure. Okay. Why not?
Go for it.
All right. Before we end this episode, back before the season started, we did a game where we did like who he played for or like name the teams that this guy's played for. And I kind of just wanted to like bring it back. Because I like that game.
Yeah, me too.
So I have a few guys here for you that you're going to tell me all the teams that they've played for.
All the teams that they've played for. Okay, I'm locked in.
It's that simple. All right. First guy. Victor Oladipo. Can you name me the 5 NBA teams that Victor Oladipo has played for?
Victor Oladipo has played for the Miami Heat.
Miami Heat is correct. Currently on the Miami Heat.
The Indiana Pacers.
Indiana Pacers is correct. Probably the best stop of his career.
The Oklahoma City Thunder.
Oklahoma City Thunder he played for a year. Part of the Paul George trade.
Yes, the Orlando Magic.
Orlando Magic is where he started his career, yes.
No, I'm missing one team.
You are missing the team in between Indiana and Miami.
I think
this is post-injury Victor Oladipo. Spent, like, not even half a season here.
Yeah. Is it...
I'll give you a large hint. He was part of a big trade really early in the season that sent him to this team.
Was it the Rockets?
It was the Houston Rockets, yes.
That was my guess, even like before the hints. But like that definitely secured it because I was thinking then James Harden is when he got traded.
Yeah, exactly. He got traded. When James Harden got traded, what was that? Maybe 10 games into the year?
When he was putting on the fat suit.
James Harden to Brooklyn, Karis LeVert to Indiana, and Victor Oladipo to Houston. And then he only played like up until the trade deadline there, and then got traded to Miami, and now he's still with Miami. Boom. That was definitely the easiest one.
Oh, great.
I have 3 more. We don't have to do all 3, but I kind of wanted to like relate them somehow. So this one is like not that hard. Maybe for you, maybe for like a typical guy it'd be hard, but for you, I think you should get it. Can you name me the 4 teams that Mo Wagner has played for in his NBA career?
The
Michigan man.
Yeah, the LA Lakers.
LA Lakers, where he started his career.
The Washington Wizards.
Traded to the Washington Wizards. Played there a year and a half.
Oh, from the Wizards. Where did he go? Right now, he's currently on the Magic.
Currently, he's on the Magic. He's been on there for 2 seasons. Missing the team in between Washington and Orlando.
Did he play for the Clippers?
He did not play for the Clippers. He was traded from Washington to this team and ended the season with this team. It's hard. Like, you probably don't remember him playing for this team unless you like saw it. But like, I don't even think he played a lot of games on this team.
I'm trying to think. Bradley. I'm trying to think of a trade from the Wizards that he might have been involved in.
Okay, let me think of the trade because I think I might know it. I'm going to try to think of the trade. I believe it was a 3-team trade, which is going to make it
really hard.
Really hard. I'm almost positive it was a 3-team trade. I kind of want to look it up now because if it is, that'd be pretty crazy.
I'm really just, I can't.
Because I think there's a way you can check like players' transactions on Basketball Reference. It's a good team, I will say. He was part of and that's why he didn't play much because he was like a bench warmer.
This good team.
On a good team, yeah. Okay, so he was traded.
How long has he been on the Magic for?
2 seasons. He signed there. He was there all of last year. And then this year, yeah.
So it would have been like...
Okay. So this was a 3-team trade. I will tell you the players involved in this trade, and that's all I'm going to say. No, but it might give away the team.
I think I'll know it.
It's a huge 3-team trade that like it made 0 impact on anything.
Mavericks?
No, not the Mavericks. This landed... the Wizards, because I'll say, because the Wizards were the team he traded from. This landed them a much better center to replace, like a much better backup center to replace Mo Wagner, pretty much.
Chicago?
Chicago was involved in the 3-team trade.
The center is, he's the offensive, he plays for the Lakers now.
No, he doesn't, but I know you're thinking of the right, like, you're thinking Thomas Bryant.
Yeah.
It's not Thomas Bryant. But it's Daniel Gafford.
Okay.
But the Bulls is right, though. He was traded from the Bulls. Do you want me to just tell you who it is? It's the Celtics.
Yeah, I didn't get it.
3-team trade.
It never crossed my mind.
Sent Daniel Tice to the Bulls, sent Daniel Gafford to the Wizards, and sent Mo Wagner to the Celtics.
Huh. I
With
never
much
knew
other
that.
players involved in it, but like those are like the main ones.
Yeah, I was thinking Western Conference the entire time.
Yeah.
I never really got to the East.
Yeah, he played for the Celtics. Pretty crazy.
Interesting.
Let's see how many games, because I had it pulled up anyways. It's not a lot. Like I bet it's not much at all. He played 9 games with the Celtics.
Damn.
And then he got waived by the Celtics and signed by the Magic. All right, 2 more. These ones are a little bit harder, I will say.
Okay. Maybe they go faster because of that.
Can you name me the 5 teams that Dennis Schroeder has played for
my word.
in his NBA career? Probably the best. No, he's not better than VO. But anyways.
I can name 4 of them. Hawks.
Hawks is the team we spent the most time with.
Thunder.
Thunder was 6th man of the... Actually, robbed of 6th man of the year.
Lakers.
Lakers has played for on 2 separate occasions. Currently is on the LA Lakers.
The Celtics.
The Celtics, yes.
And then
he was traded from the Celtics to this other team last season.
Oh, man. I think I had it for a second. I really do. Did he play at this place?
He did play at this place, but like I don't remember watching him play at this place, if that helps. Like this is an irrelevant team last year, pretty much.
Wizards.
Not the Wizards.
That's going to be where I leave my guess. I don't want to guess a ton
The
of teams.
Houston Rockets was where he was traded. Daniel Tice traded. It's involving Daniel Tice.
No way.
Traded from the Rockets to Boston last year.
DT.
And then obviously ended up in Houston. All right, last one. The Pistons' very own Corey Joseph.
Oh, man.
Can you name me the 5 teams Corey Joseph has played for?
5? No, I can't. He played
I know,
for
this
the,
one was hard.
Played for the Kings.
He did play for the Kings before coming to Detroit. Obviously, Detroit, you knew that. So.
Oh yeah, that's 2 of 5.
Yep.
Jeez Louise.
Early in his career. Thing is, I know you'll remember a couple of these.
Toronto Raptors.
Played 2 years for the Toronto Raptors. You're missing the team he started his career with and spent the most time with, and then just a team that you probably will never remember him being on.
What is up with the Raptors and them all looking alike?
I know.
I feel like Grievous Vasquez, Corey Joseph, Fred
Jose
Van
Calderon.
Jose. I feel like those are
Yeah.
all the same
Yeah.
guy. I don't know if this is right. I'm gonna say the Denver Nuggets.
It is not the
Okay.
Denver Nuggets.
I really can't picture Corey Joseph in another.
I think you would remember the first team he played on when I tell you.
Did he play for the? I played with the Wizards a lot in 2K. Is it? It's not the Wizards. I don't know.
So the middle one was the Indiana Pacers. He played there before going to Sacramento. That's the one I didn't think you'd remember. The first team, and he spent 4 years on, was the San Antonio Spurs.
Wow,
He was a part of those good Spurs teams.
really?
Yeah.
I completely
Coming
forgot
off the
about that.
bench. Behind Patty
Mills. Yeah, he was really coming off the bench.
He was really coming off the bench. Yeah.
Really bench life.
Uh-huh. And Manu, too. Like, he's really coming off the bench.
I'm really glad I remembered the Toronto one because that
Yeah.
would have been bad.
That's a good one, yeah.
Toronto, he was pretty good.
Uh-huh.
In Toronto.
Yep. And the Dwayne Casey connection, obviously. So.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Duh.
All right, everybody, that's it for this week's episode. Go Lions this weekend, and might see you this weekend with fantasy football trivia. We'll see.
Yeah, peace.
Bye.